Hello, this is Beta Ray Ben for Pixel Spank and welcome back to another exciting LEGO build and review. It's the year of the dog, I'm told. As such, LEGO have sent me this year of the dog, LEGO dog, for the year of the dog. It's actually got tape. I'm prepared. Knife. Look at that, straight through. Fucking love using that knife. I'm thinking this will be quite a small envelope. I was gonna say oh yeah, I know what this is. Yeah. So this is sold as like a gift. It's got to and from written on it. This is a small envelope to put a card in. I now realise this. I'm half tempted to repackage this after I'm done and give it as a gift to someone. However, I know no one in my life, and I only give gifts of cash, odd sums of cash at that. Okay, alright, there's a book. I thought it was folded up and it was going to unfold to be like a map and this one single page of instructions. That's straightforward enough. Only 3 bags, none of them numbered. Gotta go ahead and build this live. I feel it won't take that long. Although saying that now, more pieces are coming out than I first anticipated. That's still not that many, is it? What I'm seeing here is nearly all of these are just generic Lego pieces. That's a good start to a set, in my opinion. The only one that isn't is this kind of tree. So that's good. The book's fold. Why'd they fold the book? Can't get rid of that fold. The pain in the ass. Alright, step 1. Get one of these on there. Yeah, this will be nice and easy. Stay open, you prick. I think this is the most swearing I've done in a video for some time, and it's easily the most child-friendly content I'm going for here as well. I like the division of that. That's nice. I'm thinking this is the base. This feels like kind of a base. What am I? I opened all the bags like a madman. I didn't even pour them around that well. I'm taking an irrational amount of anger from the way this book is sitting up. Is that better? It's definitely not worse. It's a weird little red shuriken come flower implements. I think that's supposed to, yeah. More of these, everywhere these. So I'm filming this on a Saturday. It's about 10 o'clock in the morning, obviously. Well, not obviously, actually. Either could make sense, I feel. If anything, key YouTube demographic is to be filming this late at night with no sleep. I woke up and was extra productive. I immediately put a load of washing on. Bed sheets as well, not just dirty clothes, bed sheets. And not the bedding off the bed. That's how together I am. Right, no, that actually comes off as worse now that I think about it. I'm fully expect that the washing machine is just on the other side of that wall, annoyingly. If it goes into a spin cycle, it's coming through that wall. But that's the challenge I live with. Okay, how does that? Right, so like that. Or does it go the other way? No, it definitely goes that way. Why is that oh, and I now realise I put that in so badly. It was one piece was at an angle. It was actually jammed in between another 2 pieces. That's better. Right. And boom. Pièce de résistance. I couldn't even attempt to make a dog out of all this Lego here without instructions. Some sets you can kind of guess, you know, when it's obvious, like this is a cockpit, say, but not this. Wait, I put that on the wrong side. There we go. That was nearly a huge error. I'm already getting towards something here, aren't I? So that goes like that. Nope. They're actually, once again, I put them in so many wrong positions. There we go. There we go. We're working there now. We're getting to it. Cap these bad boys off. Saw the new Tomb Raider last night. It was opening night. To date, I'm doing a lot of things to date exactly when I'm recording this. I've told you the time, the day, and giving you basic instructions towards the date now at this point, aren't I? Because I suspect I will be releasing this quite a bit after I've made it. Thus, my Tomb Raider impressions will be pointless, but due to the nature of said impressions, they will always be pointless no matter when I release them. Yeah, so the film, based on Tomb Raider the game, the kind of reboot one, which I played and is actually very good. A lot better than I thought it would be. Need to play the sequel at some point. I've got it, I haven't got round to it. Been waiting for the right time, because it's one of those where you just want to sit and gun through it. So I need the right sort of window of, I don't know, about a week. It won't take a week to do, it's just, that's how long I want to set aside for it. I don't play that much. Where's the grey? Film itself, it was pretty good actually. I quite enjoyed it. The old girl in it, she's pretty good. Quite like her. She they got down early on how she wasn't like that good. Like they kept, but you know, before she went to like the island, before like the Tomb Raider bit kicked in, when she's like in London and stuff. There's a bit like where she's doing some kind of MMA kickboxing with another woman, like a sparring match, and she's just getting her ass kicked, and she loses. It's not like she's getting her ass kicked, and then at the end it's like boom, flash of inspiration, and she wins through like weird tactic. No, she just flat out loses. There's another bit that's kind of a mix between like biking and parkour. And she loses again. She just, a lot of it is her getting her ass kicked. And that does kind of go out throughout the film. She's not overpowered, as it were. The pacing's, if you played the game, it feels incredibly quick, because obviously it's a film that's 2 hours long as opposed to like how long was Tomb Raider? 10 hours? It didn't feel short, but it had a good length to it. It was a good game. All right. They could be feet. I haven't really looked at the actual dog, and I don't want to at this point. Even everything from the packaging has the dog on it, so I've got to avoid that. All right, 3 blocks. There we are. There you go on like that. Perfect. I would say watch it if you've nothing else to do. There's not a lot else on. A lot of kids in the audience watching, I noticed. Not overly a kiddie film. Not many characters. You know how sometimes you watch a film and you're like, well, it definitely had a pretty good budget to it, but there were like 6 people in it, which feels, there's something odd to that, isn't there? You watch the credits and it's like a little chunk of actors, and then there's still a lot of people there. I found a dog's eye. Never thought I'd say that. I found a dog's eye. Okay, I hate these little 1x1s. They're so hard to get perfectly square, which in Lego building is everything. It's like the only piece where that's an issue. All right, 2 of them. 2 of these weird little humps. 2, please. Give me another. Thank you. I felt like such a strong adult this morning. I got up, I did the washing, as I said, put the load on, fed the cat, fed the dogs, fed the chickens. I got eggs from the chickens, boiled them, had boiled egg for breakfast on a Saturday, about 9 o'clock, me eating breakfast like a proper adult. Wholemeal toast. Actually, it was more than that. It was like seeded bread, which is wholemeal with loads of grit in it, essentially. Okay, I like that this is building up like that. It's always nice. There's actually a lot in this set. I've I've had sets that felt like the boxes of a similar size and you get less in them. 2 of these. How does that go? Oh, it goes on there. It's all white at this point, and it's quite hard to see. Just to confuse you, I said it's all white, and you weren't sure if I was saying all right or all white. And then afterwards, I did something that muddled up my R's and W's just to throw a spanner in the works. There we go. Good, right? I like this. This is the single generic Lego block in here. By generic Lego block, I mean it's got 6 things on it, and is that 2 high or 3 high? It's like 3 flats high. That's when you think Lego brick. That's what you think of, or do you think of the 4x4? Actually, you probably think of the 4x4. Well, that's as close as you get in this set then. I'd quite like to know how many of those they actually make now, percentage-wise. There's something of an elephant in the room situation going on right now, where across the room from me I've got the Millennium Falcon, big Lego set, and I mean, I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. It's a bit of a white elephant, you know. Obviously, I'm gonna build it at some point, but video-wise, how's that gonna come across? Oh, set aside. That's it for now on that bit. I'm partially thinking I'll get it out and do like a 1,000-part series of just putting it together. Maybe doing like 1 bag per video, something like that. A big part of that is just practicality-wise. If I do it how I'd normally do it, where I unbox it, then I build it, then I review it. Obviously the building bit in the middle, that normally takes place over a day or 2 or a couple of days. The Falcon's so big that it could take me a couple of weeks, which means 1, this area here will be in use for a couple of weeks. So I'd have to like get enough videos in advance to do that. Oh God. So I gotta go. Something horrendous has happened. My radiator whistles. It's very high pitched. I don't know that that my microphone even picks it up, but it's a horrendous noise, and it drives me insane. What am I making? Oh, it's a tail, isn't it? Ah, it all becomes clear. Yes, that's a tail now. Is it a dog's tail or is it a predator tail? At this point, it could honestly be either. I'm trying to think. Do I own Alien Isolation? I reckon I do somehow. There's so many things on my Steam profile that I just own. I don't really know why or how, and a lot of them I look at and I'm like, it's not just I'm never going to play that. It's like I'd be scared to even play that. I'm going to Outlast 1. I hate games like that, and yet it's because whenever they give stuff away for free, I get it, and I'm really on the ball for that sort of thing. And I always feel when a game's ever been given away for free, I think at that, like from then onwards, it's like no one's ever going to buy this now. If it was given away free once, then logically everyone should just say, well, it might be free again, so I'll never buy it. Which of course is trash. What am I looking for here? A flat. There we are. What is that? Ah, it's the back of the dog. That's becoming a dog's ass right now. That's very dog ass, isn't it? That's what that is. Pop that there. Right, you. Don't know what happened the other day, or well, in the past few weeks. In fact, I think there was one entire week where I was incredibly productive making videos, and I made it like almost a month's worth of videos, which makes me think, oh great, now if I keep this up, I'll get way ahead and I'll have loads of content and I can do, you know, more time consuming things. But what normally happens is I sleep for like an entire week. I hibernate, which is what happened. Or more likely, I end up having a really busy week work-wise, so I can't do anything. And I'm like, well, thank God I was productive beforehand, because otherwise there'd be nothing on the channel. Right, yep, that's the dog's nipple area, I believe. It's coming together now, isn't it? It's definitely something. There's a throwaway sketch on College Humor from back in the day that's really stuck with me. There was nothing really to it. They just started saying, it's more than nothing, less than something. Is that it? More, yeah. More than nothing, less than something. Guys, we need a new sketch. Have we got anything? We got something. It's more than nothing, but it's less than something. And it's just kind of a mantra that I like to chant every now and again, because it's meaningless. No one has ever recognised what it's from in any way. I don't even know if that's where it came from, or if they just took that from something else. But it's something I say quite often, and it's just very enjoyable. I reckon that red's a bit of colour. I think that's what that's going to look like. Ooh, there's a swivel. I like these. There's this bit which looks like an industrial fan, and then there should be a round bit somewhere. Here it is. You clip these together, and very pleasingly, it's what they use to make things spin, because it spins. You can't see it. It's tiny. When there's something on it, you will note it will spin. There, it's spinning. Take my word for it. Okay, and this final piece. Where is it? Somewhere. Yep. There we go. So this came with. I think if for a certain amount of time, if you buy anything, or if you brought anything over about 50 quid from Lego, they give it to you. But in that weird way that they do these things, I brought this, and then the Falcon, which was the thing I was getting with it, getting it from it, I don't know, one of those words. That was like, oh, it's going to be delayed, and then I thought, well, does this come in the same package or at a different time? 2 days apart they came. This came on like the Friday, and because the courier sucks, they sent it to my neighbour. I live in the country. My neighbour is not close. When they said, oh yeah, we've left it with your neighbour, I was like, I don't have a neighbour. That's not possible. I'm never seeing this thing again. Sent by Yodel, a notoriously terrible courier in this country. Like they are genuinely crap, to the point where every time it comes up where, oh, your package is being delivered by Yodel, because you never know at the time. If I knew at the time, I'd go, well, I'm not buying from them then. They're awful. Every single time something comes to them, it will either never turn up, or it will be like I'll track it and it's like, it's at the depot. A week of silence. I'm sorry, we lost your package. I'm like, you've lost it in your depot. How is that a thing? Because you know they I don't know, they fucked up massively somehow, but they're just terrible people. They're the worst. Or I had one once where they said, yeah, we've attempted delivery. You weren't in. Next day, we've attempted delivery, you weren't in. It goes on. It's like, yeah, so we tried to deliver 3 times, and you weren't there each time. So you're gonna have to go and pick it up from the depot. The depot was a 100-mile round trip for me. Not to mention the fact that they had never delivered it. Like, they'd never even been to where I was. And I know that because I have security cameras and I can tell these things. And I was like, well, look, I don't mind if you couldn't find it. Just call me and I'll tell you where we are. I can give you incredibly good directions. if you have half a brain at the very least. But no, it's like, yeah, we tried, we couldn't make it. So I phoned him up. I was like, yeah, this definitely didn't happen. I could tell the woman on the end of the line was like, well, he's on to the fact that we never made any effort to deliver his thing for him. So we're gonna, you know, just this once, we're gonna redeliver it for free. And I was like, yeah, of course you fucking are. And don't use the term redeliver, you're just delivering it. You only get to redeliver something if you send it to the wrong place once. Not just, you know, you drove 50 miles near my house and gave up. There we are. Oh, there's a gear. That's definitely... I know I'm making a dog's head at this point. But I've been going a bit lax. There's a good chance I've missed something because I'm... It's not that I'm going fast, I'm just going shoddy. Ah, the phone. I like the phone piece. It's got like an arch to it. It's always pleasing to put a phone on things. You'd think by now I'd learn that I should just open up the Lego package, put everything where it should be, and then begin. It wouldn't take that long. It might even be slightly enjoyable, and then it would make the whole build process like less annoying. It's not annoying to build these, but that one part of searching for a piece is slightly annoying. But then I might find that it makes it way too clinical when you do that. In the same way, are you familiar with moving tile puzzles? Like you'll have like a 4x4 grid with squares you can move around on it, and there'll be one blank square, and you have to form a picture by moving one piece into a square individually. I want to say it's called a moving tile puzzle. You'll know what I mean if you've seen one. They feature in video games quite often. In Wind Waker, they were quite prominent. I'm very good at doing those. Like I can, but it's not that I'm very good at them. I just know the method for solving them. Or I have a method that works 100% of the time, but it takes like all the mystery out of them, so it's almost mechanical. Right, I've got to put this on, but there's 3 possible positions, and it doesn't really show what has to go with what. Wait, what? No, that's up there. Ah, that's now more sensible. There we go. Right, so that's the back of the dog, I'm guessing, because this bit is the tongue, I've now realised. The blue might just be a nose. There may be nothing more to that blue. I'm trying my damnedest not to look at anything with a completed picture on it, because I have obviously seen it when I opened the box, not 10 minutes ago, but I have a terrible memory when I need to. I'm actually half joking about that, but I do have an excellent ability to forget things, which sounds dumb and useless, but it's actually quite a thing. Like if I don't need to remember something, I won't remember it. If I need to remember something, I will. But I can just drop useless information. All right, there's only 2 pages left. There's quite a lot of pieces left, and only 2 pages. It's not yet a dog's face, but I suppose that is the body very much, and just putting the head on will make it a dog. So there is that. Do you want to know something that really annoys me, right? I like dogs. I have dogs. I like my dogs as well. Obviously, I'd be mad if I liked dogs, but I don't like my dogs. I specifically like my dogs. I would like to have, I'd like to post way more pictures of them on like Twitter and such than I do. Trouble is, they're both jet black. Like they're so black. It's not that they don't appear on camera. It's that they, you know, when they look like silhouettes on. That's the word I'm looking for. Silhouette. They look like a silhouette on camera. All right. So this is the last stage, and this is basically make it a dog. So there's the nose, and here's the eyes. Now, I'm not showing you the eyes for a good reason, because I'm hoping if possible, I can rotate them and make it look like a boss-eyed dog. I'll make it normal to start with. I say normal. I have made it quite cross-eyed, and then the ears. Dogs have ears, of course. Yeah, so my dogs, they're both jet black, which makes them incredibly bad to go on camera, which is a shame, because I like them. They're also very well behaved, like actually properly trained, so they won't, they won't make asses themselves. Oh, it's reversible, I see. Well, it's not reversible, it's just the back of a dog's ear. Nearly thought I'd run out of pieces here. It's the most complicated dog's ear ever. It's about 10 pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's 5 pieces. Which is about 10. In fact, both ears together, that's 10. Right, I've made an issue. I've made them backwards. I've made one of them backwards. Damn it, that's going to be a bitch to separate. It's all smooth edges, there's nothing to grip. I think this brick separator will even help. It might. Yeah, thank Christ for that. How's it meant to go then? It goes smooth away from it, okay. Do I want to give them symmetrical ears? I could make them asymmetric. No. We don't want a freakish dog. And I still have that option. Alright, to get the ear on. Actually the ears add quite a bit. Yeah. It's now a dog's face. Colour that differently and you've got yourself a fox. Okay. And the last piece of the puzzle goes in. And it's a little dog. That is definitely it. Good. Alright, there's a few extra pieces in there. There's half a tongue and a flower petal. Just add those to my building collection of useless minor pieces. Right. That's the head turns all the way around, which is slightly alarming. If you ever watch The Mighty Boosh, it's a little bit reminiscent of the Cracked Fox, where he just turns to look at camera, and it's the most terrifying thing anyone's ever seen. Yeah, that's not bad actually. Let's give the tail a bit of oomph. Cut it up like a predator or a scorpion. Oh, it fell off. It's not greatly attached to the base. It only hooks on by 4 pieces, which isn't that many. They could have had like the whole 16, given it a proper thing there, which actually that wouldn't be too hard to add on. Wouldn't be necessary, but it could easily be done. Yeah, so that's a dog. I was about to say it's not in scale with anything, but actually I reckon it's not bad for Ant-Man. It makes it a very big giant man. It makes it a very big dog, but it kind of works, doesn't it? Yeah, it's got legs. I was suddenly looking at it as like, this dog has no limbs, but then I remembered it's actually in a sitting position, and that's perfectly normal. Just keep Giant Man out for now. Yes, oh Christ. Yeah, the base could be on a bit better, couldn't it? The base is weird, actually. I feel like that's something I don't fully understand. It's maybe in better reference to the year of the dog. Yeah. That wouldn't be a bad gift. Like I'm not certain, but I think at Chinese New Year, it's quite common to give a small gift to someone. Nothing huge, but like a small kind of trinket. And I believe this fits into that category. But I am making this up entirely, and I might be confusing it with an HSBC advert I once saw. So take that with a pinch of salt. But yeah, it's pretty good. The head turns. It's kind of enough, isn't it? Just means when you have it sat somewhere, you can just have it cocked lightly next to his friend. Pet him. Doesn't really work, but put your hand on the shoulder. There we go. Yeah. They're the best of friends, aren't they? That kind of works, actually. So if you by chance happen to have a giant man just on its own with nothing to do, and you also happen to celebrate the year of the dog by buying a large amount of Lego and they gave you a small amount of Lego free, then that's a match made in heaven. It's actually quite a good envelope as well. It's incredibly sturdy. I may save that and give it to someone within the next calendar year. Just pop that to the side. The only thing is, it's in the box, which means you have to open the box to get at it, which isn't that bad because it's only sealed with tape, and it is the kind of tape that I'm peeling it off the box now, and yeah, well, it's just ripped the box up. But had I peeled that off more carefully, it wouldn't have been an issue. Yeah, it says on, instructions are on the back. It says, yeah, open it as an envelope, put money in the envelope, then close it, then write on it. Oh, that's really good, actually. That's the sort of thing I would like to do, actually, to give, like, if I were to be giving a gift to my, well, it says 7+, so let's say 7-year-old, what is he to me? My nephew, yeah. If I'm giving my nephew a gift, this is what I'd like to do, is to give him this with money in, because then it's a nice thing to have, and it is something to do, and at the same time, there's also money. But it's not, yeah, that's good. That's very clever. You cunning bastards, Lego. But what would you pay for that? I wouldn't go any higher than £10, really. I feel £8 would be ideal. Above 10, and I'd think, would he rather just have £10 more cash at 7? I don't know what a 7-year-old's like. I don't know anything about them. Anyway, yeah, that was the Lego Year of the Dog. It's pretty good, actually. I quite like that. I like dogs, so it helps. If they called it Year of the Cat, because it could easily be a cat, couldn't it? There's nothing overly. The tongue and collar is what makes it a dog, I suppose. Cats don't wear collars. No one's ever liked a cat enough to give it a collar, have they? Apparently they choke on them. It could easily be a cat, actually. The tail is more cat-like than dog-like. It doesn't really matter, does it? It's just a nice little thing. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.